Guys, the recent interview with the Immigration Minister of Canada, Honorable Sean Fraser, was very important, and he spilled out the beans on when can you expect the express entry draws to be back, the FSW, the Canadian Experience Class draws, and how important is the international education system in Canada. What can the students expect? What are the people going to expect who have expiring permits in the near future? These are the important highlights of the interview we are sharing with you in this video. Please be tuned till the end. My name is Sahil. So, guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice in Ontario. My office is here. If you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen and the details are there in the description box. More than happy to speak to you. Guys, before we proceed any further, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration. And if you are an aspirant of coming to Canada, then this is a channel that you must be tuned into all the time. So, guys, the Honorable Sean Fraser, who is the Immigration Minister of Canada, recently had an interview and he spilled out the beans and talked about the express entry draws, the students in Canada, the whole ecosystem of how a person can go right from studying in Canada all the way to a Canadian PR, right? So, the most important highlight of the particular interview was express entry draws. Now, the Immigration Minister had responded to this query where he was asked about when is he looking to return back with the express entry draws around the FSW, which is the Federal Skilled Worker, and the Canadian Experience Class draws specifically. The minister said that people can expect draws in the near term, and then he went on to say that sometime this spring. So, spring at the moment is ongoing in Canada, and sometime this spring they are planning to come back with the draws, which means the draws are nearby. You can expect a draw anytime soon. If you look at the previous news as well, where the overall backlog had gone up, but still the FSW and the CEC draws had gone drastically down. If I share a personal experience, two of my clients very recently got their PNPs approved, just within a span of 4 to 5 months, and these were PNP PR applications, right? So after Ontario PNP had approved, we had submitted their PNP files, and both of them got their approvals done right all the way to a passport request just within a matter of 4 to 5 months. One was in Australia and the other was in India, right? So this is a very pleasant news and seems like proof in concept. IRCC is actually dedicatedly working towards giving out more and more approvals, shortening the backlog, and then trying to bring people, trying to take out draws so that people can start landing by at least the end of this year or maybe early next year, right? So they are going to be back with the draws very, very soon. The other biggest highlight of the particular interview was that the minister said that he is very well aware of international students in Canada who have been waiting for these express entry draws. Now, just a brief background that anybody who comes to study in Canada usually goes on to a PGW, which is a postgraduate work permit, then gains some Canadian experience and usually relies on Canadian Experience Class. Now, since all this time during COVID, for the past 6 months, there have been no Canadian Experience Class draws. People have been denied or probably, these draws have been delayed for them. So what the minister said that he is aware of these issues where students are inside Canada, are seeing that their permits are going to expire soon, but they've been waiting for these Canadian Experience Class draws, right? So what the minister said, they're looking at ways, means and methods to retain these talent pools. Okay, he does not want to lose out on them because he says that he doesn't want to work against the IRCC, right? So which is they will be looking at means and ways to retain these talent pools, and in the process of that they will be able to convert them to PR through the Canadian Experience Class or the other programs, right? So good news for the international students. Please don't be disheartened. IRCC should be out with a couple of public policies or maybe extensions or whatever they can give to make sure that you are able to retain to stay back in Canada, probably get some extensions or maybe restorations or whatever, and then apply to your apply for your Canadian PR. So these are two of the biggest highlights of the particular interview, and I personally think that such interviews are very motivating because people usually, if they don't get any motivating news from the government itself, they start on losing faith and hope. but such interviews do let us know that there is still integrity in the system, and the system is actually listening to you. And that's what the minister also said, that they are constantly listening to the reviews. They're under a lot of stress and trying their best to retain people, work on the Canadian experience class and work on the FSW draws, because economic classes, international students happen to be the backbone of Canadian immigration, the PR system by itself, right? Guys, this is amazing news, because people started losing hope in the recent times, and finally hope is back, right? And we hope that the express entry draws are also back in the coming time. Guys, if you have any doubts, if you have any questions, please feel free to schedule a session with me. I would be more than happy to speak with you. Once again, I wish you all the best, and I really hope to see you soon in Canada. All the best.